Today we're going to turn this Druid from getting its first few pops into, by the end of this, getting millions and millions of pops with the Avatar Wrath. With the caveat being that this tower gets only all of the pops up to 23 million in deep chimps mode. To get there though, we have to get through early game first, and we're playing on 3 times or 3 mines around, because you can make extra money at this map, which makes this challenge a little bit easier, but on top of that, you kind of need a map where you can place a tower a bit away from the track. Like, take Locks for example. You cannot really outbuff your tower, because the lanes are everywhere. But here it's pretty concentrated in the center, so what you can do is that's why I've got my Druid on the side. Therefore, if I want to outbuff it, I can place towers over here that I have no chance of reaching, as well as other support buffs that I deem useful later. Now, I probably don't have to apologize for this, but I will anyway. I'm using Geraldo, I am sorry, but he's the only hero that actually genuinely works here. Because Oben exists and all, however, I think the biggest issue of this challenge is going to be the save up to Avatar Wrath. We know Avatar Wrath is strong, but imagine trying to save 48k for Pop Plus, while Pop Plus does all of the damage. While Oben's Pierce and range that he gives is nice, Geraldo just gives you so much utility. Like, for example, I can drop a Pickle early game to double this guy's damage, if I need to. This is also a very bold early game position. It's so far away from the track that it barely sees, but this is for the long game here. This round I feel like I might need Geraldo item. It does not look good, yeah. Dead to a pink here, so that's why, again, drop this thing down. Wait, hold on, spam reverse button. I'm gonna do glue instead. It's the same cost as a Pickle, but it's permanent. Well, not the same, but you know what I mean. It's possible the pink killed me because it just zooms too fast, so if I get this glue to slow down, which it somehow missed the pink all 3 times because something was in the way. God, this will be a fun early game. Okay, idea, Heart of Vengeance and glue. It seems to have killed the pinks this time. That's good. It's just 10% attack speed, but it's good enough to disrupt the timing of this round. We might as well go for Druid Wrath too. This is about double attack speed, if you get it to attack long enough. There we go, we got the mine cash out this round. So now we can go for this and definitely outbuff next. I'm actually just 1 level away from getting Sharpening Stone, which would basically double the pierce of this guy, because every thorn is 1. So if we can just get through this round, then we can absolutely 100% get outbuff after getting a Sharpening, if I need it, that is. Remember, I still got to spend money on a camo pot, which I guess I'll do in advance, because otherwise I don't have enough cheap camo protection, and nope. I think a Sharpening Stone is a fine investment for just 215. Just take a look at the difference now. It's basically like a 1-1-3 minus the lead popping. Sweet, Alchemist successfully afforded. Let's find the placement as far away from the track as possible. Over here, I think is pretty decently far. The reason why I'm not putting it all the way to the left is because I actually still want to place some support towers over here. You can probably figure out what it is and why. There's no difference between 3-0 and 4-0 in terms of the Alchemist getting more pop, so it's a no-brainer to go for this one. And I would say this escalated pretty quickly, eh? 4k saved up, no problem. That does give me enough money to remove this now, but I'm gonna make a strategic decision to not remove it, and here's why. I think this was mentioned in one of the previous attempts I did for an all pops on this map. But what you can do is if a tower has too much range, you can just place it over here, and it'll get blocked by a line of sight. Whereas if you remove the rock, you get extra money, sure, but then you can't put towers in that spot. At least towers with big enough range. And as for the Moab, ooh. Now I did lose Sharpening Stone and Pickle, so maybe I apply that this round. Or just a Jungle Drums, we'll see if that makes a difference. Attack speed, come on, pop it on the second go round, and nice. That scatters the first ceramic, and that looks like it's gonna make a difference. Nice. Just 1 jungle. And then I can afford this, so I don't need to keep buying camo pots. That's nice. Now, druids don't have that much range anyway, so even if this rock wasn't in the way, it does seem possible that I would be just fine, but it's better safe than sorry, I'd say. The only issue is that, can I hide 5 Druids behind this rock without the Alchemist touching it? I think the answer to that is no. Damn, I didn't think the Druid had it in him to get to 10k, this 10k cash out, but I'm gonna go for the greed play. Early we can cash out, mine out this money. The quicker we can get an Avatar Wrath up. I'm 100% gonna need more for round 49 though. Hopefully, this round, next round I can buy a Pop Lust. So let's see, I'm looking at the angle, and the highest I can put one, I would say is over here. This should still give the buff, right? This gives 15% pierce and attack speed. Let's see if that helps for all these rams here. Come on. Looks pretty good at thinking out of the wave so far. If I need a glue, I'll get that, but no. Easy peasy. This is really impressive, especially because I can still Jerry Fire the Druid to get me there. That's kind of the main reason I went for Geraldo, because I knew the save up would be hard. But if I can do it without that, then hell, maybe Odin was actually possible. But I did it again. I always do a little bit of homework when I do these runs, just to make sure I don't run into a dead end and then bash my head against a wall. But I swear Oben was not doable for the mid game. We'll see if it proves me wrong, I guess. This Druid I can place over here, but I think it will get outbuffed. That might be okay if I buy a 401 of this guy. Oh, and something I haven't done for these all pops challenges yet is use this use of utilities to show the total damage count to prove to you that every other tower doesn't have a pop, because normally before, I have to click each tower individually to show you it's got 0, but here we can tell very easily. If a second tower shows up, that means that we lost the challenge, easy peasy. The end of this round, we can do another fat cash out with, I believe, the 25k rock. Check this out, boom, boom. Down to 3k now, and after I unlock this, I only need to save up 10k to instantly unlock Avatar Wrath. Man, this map is OP. Before I build that though, I think I absolutely need something in the form of a Glue Strike. Plus 2 damage on top of all the thorns this is shooting. I think it's probably worth getting, like, it's better of a stat bonus than getting multiple Pop Lusts. Not that I can get that many anyway. Yeah, it's most likely just one more I can fit over here to buff it. Impressively, we do not need any Glue Strike at all to beat this round here. So I can head into 63 with basically everything at my disposal. That's pretty awesome. I'll use this now. But I think the issue is that I need Glue Strike to come back more often. And also, the Alchemist is splitting its AMD shots now that I think it can outbuff this guy. Which means my lead popping ain't so hot. Here's what I'll do then. Sharpening Stone. We'll add the third in the middle of this round. And it's still 2 stacks, which means this does not have enough range. End me. This was a waste. Okay, here's what. Let's use some glue items, some road items, because Glue Strike's on cooldown. So I'll use that to kill off the beginning of the wave, or the second wave. Use 2 totems too, because look at that blowback. For free. Well, not for free, but so cheap. It's like having 2 strong downdrafts for 200 bucks. That lasts only 2 rounds, but still. Did the third wave spawn yet? If it did, Glue Strike, and that was easy. And Geraldo was just a goddamn cheat code. I might do another run, like, if I can afford Avatar Wrath easily, just to show you maybe if doing Open is possible, because just looking at this, if I don't need Jerry Fire, I feel like if I play efficiently, I can definitely get it. Go for Pop Lust now. 1 round left, folks. It's actually gonna happen. Really? Okay, 2k off, but I can get that easily in just a round or 2. Just watch. Boom. Yeah, no Jerry Fire needed. Okay, after seeing that, I just had to test Oben to see how much more difficult it would be, and honestly, not really. Oben basically acts as a permanent Sharpening Stone with +1 pierce. It's just I have to put him in a spot where, or the Alchemist close to the track, which is the only concern here. All I had to do here was also just substitute the Camo Village for the 300 sub early game. And so we only have to go for 1 discount village, aka Jungle Drums, and we're good. And even despite the hero difference, we can still afford the 25k rock mine on the same round, meaning we can still afford Avatar Wrath in the same round so long as this survives, which we've already seen it basically does. Not to mention, Very soon, Oben's gonna get level 11, which gets Druid even more Pierce. It really just comes down to, can I beat round 63 without the help of the 2 totems? Because that was pretty important. But maybe the +1 Pierce can overcome that. I'm also gonna change my strategy. I'm gonna wait for 2 waves to use Glue Strike. And then we'll just beat the 3rd wave, hopefully, itself. Yeah, dealing with it alone after the first 2 are killed seems like an okay play. Plus, we get it in a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1. Boom. That was clutch, and wow, that was easy. I can't believe I doubted you, Oben. I'm so sorry. Guess I gotta do my homework better next time. Actually, wait a minute. Take a look here. Alchemist got 19. Oh, and that's because Oben's in range of the Alchemist because the Alchemist buffs Oben. You've got to be shitting me. I think that was on round 63 that happened? 64. Okay, how screwed are we? I gotta put this on strong then, and let me watch. Let's see. Yeah, this shit hits. Yeah, it's not happening, folks. Wait. Okay, I don't understand what's going on sometimes. That shit had the exact same amount of range, yet it worked. I'll take it. However, this means I gotta beat BFBs in the first bend because there's no way. These have such a massive hitbox. I gotta break it down. Oh, this is gonna happen every single round until I get Avatar Wrath. I think it's possible though, without having to restart and move it a couple pixels. Look what happened this time. I changed absolutely nothing, and it didn't pop the ZMGs or touch the Moabs. I gotta work on my observation skills. How did I think those were ZMGs? Anyway, see, we got through it after a couple of retries. I might have to keep doing this, but I think I'm just gonna get Relentless Glue, even though that does mean I probably can't afford the Avatar Wrath in 2 rounds. It's probably worth it, I would say, right? Just so there's a better chance of popping things a little bit earlier. It's gonna be so annoying, though. The range does go in and out, though. But that doesn't seem to make a difference. 67 seems impossible to beat. Mobs come instantly, and these are the ones that Alchemist hits every single time, which is super annoying. I gotta go back to 66 and save my Glue Strike, basically. I don't even know how, though. 8 seconds left on that time. Happens every time, though. Wait. Oh, okay. We clutched it. That was insane. I'm quivering in my boots right now. Cash out this round. Don't attack. Good. But I'm still 10k away. I need to try to beat this round without using a Relentless, because that would mean I can save it for a 71, which I know has mobs immediately. 5k to go. My butt is caving inside of itself right now. Let's see. Okay, 71 was nicely avoided. And we have the ability again. Okay, 73 successfully avoided. That means we got it. That means we can do it, because Saram is only this round for a while. Let's freaking go. The most stressful save up of my life. And not because it was difficult, like, to survive. I'm going straight for a downdraft, and nobody is gonna tell me otherwise now. So here's the thing, I can't just move Alchemist buff all the way away. I still want the Avatar Wrath to be alpha because it doesn't have a mid and it's not very strong. At the end of round 2, you can see by it shooting just dark bolts and not those red powerful bolts that you normally see in bosses. So I would say I would move the Avatar Wrath down first, maybe a little bit further away because the range now is already pretty good. And then after that, the Al can follow suit. We'll take it round by round here. So N79. Let's move it several pixels to where it's still in range of the jungle drums like that. As long as we beat mobs before it's in range here, we are good. Nice, barely avoided. We can go ahead and do it now. And this is definitely outside of open range. Let's go. Not sure what I want to go for next. Maybe play the long game. I.e. go for the 50k save up. I don't know if the 100k is possible. I think that's too much of an investment. But I'm pretty sure Avatar Wrath right now can save up 50k. And then it'll be better for us by around 140. Shit better be. The only thing that's stopping me from affording that earlier is DDTs. But I have a Glue Strike if I do need to drop it. Oh, also, I guess this thing doesn't decamo instantly, so I might just need to get a village, camo village regardless, slash a MIB. Plus, don't I want a Called Arms later? Yes, I do. For now, DTs are pretty chill though. 93 was easy. I'll use this now, and we'll worry about 95 later. And by later, I mean right frickin' now. Radar Scanner and Blue Strike here, but that doesn't get all of the DTs. I'm relying on AMD shots now, and that's not very reliable, is it? No. Okay, the only way to survive this is if I hold until every DT is spawned out, but then I might die. See? Alternatively, I am 1.3k away. I think I can make that in the middle of this round if I use still a late Blue Strike and then make $1,000 instantly. Now, let's see. Cash bar? Oh my god, it's not working because new DTs come in. I can't. Okay, let's try 2 Blue Strikes then. I can afford this, right? Barely. That'll do. Just use one now, and use the second when all is spawned. Easy. Nothing more satisfying, IMO, seeing Avatar Wrath shred heavily dense rounds like, say, 98. This is unstrung. I should probably put it back at first so we can snipe some balloons here. Blue Strike here. Oh shit, right. FDTs don't give a lot of RB, so this thing shoots pretty weakly. So this might not have the DPS to keep up. Let's see. Do I need a Sabo? No, I don't. Just gotta use it earlier. And a Relentless Clutch. That is a big hitbox. I think the tower should avoid it though. Nice. We've reached 2 million. I noticed that this rounds up the damage counter in the bottom right. Not that that really matters though. There's 100 vanilla rounds, but I'm not really a vanilla kind of guy. I'm more of a chocolate, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Talking about ice cream, of course. Just ice cream. Too many DTs this round. F it. MIB time. You know where it really hits the spot, though? Vanilla and chocolate ice cream. They cash out this round. Wait, can I do Ultra Boost? Oh, wow. $100. I'm still gonna do it anyway. I think I'd rather do that before P-Brew. Just so it helps this round, we'll use this, because buying Ultra Boost will reset it back to a full cooldown. As strong as it is, we're not in the clear, because you just saw it right there. It's always the end of the rounds where the Avatar Path has the biggest issue. Let me save my Glue Strike for the Cerams, because that's definitely the hardest part. We'll also wait for it to power down before using it, so wait. Once the thorns start getting weaker and weaker like that, and I gotta save it for the next snipe, if it looks close. Okay, we're good. Couple more mobs here. Don't leak. Good. Before I go for more of the conventional support, I gotta finish out my 5 Potlip stacks. It feels weird being stuck at 2 here, but again, before I get P-Brew, things are gonna be a little bit weird or sketchy. I gotta make sure the Druid, if I move it here, doesn't take away too much out buff. So here, does this still reach? Yeah, still 2 stacks. That means I can get a 3rd one where the other one originally was. There we go. 3. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fit 4 and 5 though. I think that's where Perma Brew is useful, because you can give perma range to the Druids, which you actually want in this case, so that their buffs can reach a little bit further. So I can maybe put some on this island, or I can just move the Avatar Wrath even further to the left. Didn't think about that, did I? But first things first, I'm just gonna go for P-Brew now. I think that's probably honestly better than just going for Call the Arms / Homeland, because then I can get 5 stacks along with it, whereas if I went for Homeland now, I wouldn't be able to get stack 4 and 5. Only concern is if I keep putting the Avatar Wrath too far away, it's not gonna have any range for, like, say, Bads, but again, I can just get a Deadeye if I really, really need a range. There's our beloved Perma Brew. So, out of curiosity, I'm just testing. If I put it over here, does this have enough range now? I would need to buy a range buff on this village. Yep, looks good to me. Beautiful. 4 and 5 should follow suit pretty quickly. I can probably put this Populus quite to the left here. Yep, and that's still 4. Amazing. And now it's an appropriate time to finish off with the Call to Arms and the Homeland. And after that, that's pretty much it. I think we'll hit full build right at the perfect time. Right at the end of our 140 here. Good God, looking at this. Round 4 140 stands no chance. DDTs are still a bit... They look very sketchy. So I'll save my Call to Arms and Clue Strike for that moment. Don't mind me, another very trivial next 10 rounds after 130. And so now we're running into 140 with a good amount of cash spare. So much so that I think I can make a big jump here. If I have a sub, I can buy Energizer for faster ability cooldown. I'm gonna do that because it's funny. It's funnier that way. Change to damage per second. Druid, 16,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can someone think of the poor bats here? Words I have never spoken in my life until now. That is clean. Clean as hell. And that, folks, is 23 Megapops. All Megapops on the Druid. I guess while we're already here, see how many more rounds you can push it. Granted, again, there's only so many more buffs I can give. Just really Call to Arms. And before I go for a second Call to Arms, I honestly should consider investing in a Sabo. These good God, oh, those fortified DTs without bat spawns, really annoying. Well, it didn't take long at all for us to double our 23 million. The last 32 rounds were the same as the 140 rounds previous, but that's not really... You could say the same for any round. Sabo was performing so well for me that I'm going to get a second one. It'll be very useful for the DDTs here. Just in case you're curious, with Deadeye... Oh wow, that's not a lot of extra range, but trust me, it makes a big difference. Oh, also, let me see if I can move my Druid any bit closer to the entrance, or to the right. Because the closer I can get it to... Also, how did it drop down to 4 stacks? I swear it said 5 earlier. Anyway, I've been saying, if you get 5 stacks closer, that would technically give us more damage to bads with having more coverage, but yeah, I guess I won't risk it any further. This round over here, let's try to keep the ZMDs alive, remember? For more RBE, so this thing does more damage. So put on strong, kill all that first, and we should be good here. But again, the hardest part will be 2 ZMDs remaining, so I'm gonna save Deadeye for that. Sabo, oh god, that almost killed me. And oh god, there's another single bad this round. I think it's over. I think this is a second last lane. Got a Homeland again, but... yeah. Oh, I can't believe the Energizers didn't get pops there. But again, same issue here. Down to the last UMG. I gotta slow it down and drop everything. I only have a Glue Strike, that's my only tower left. GG. All in all, though, still an impressive showing from our good old Avatar Wrath. It did hit 60 million. I just retried last round before this thing got a pop, so we'll count 60. And again, if you enjoyed videos like that, then don't worry. Got some more over here if you missed those in the past.